Let's take a look at some of the news that's been going on. You know, we wouldn't be doing this if I don't give you guys some news of what we're seeing. So let's take a look at the few recent news flashes that we see going on display, and we're going to start. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just going to show you. You want to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah? Yep. Coming from Britain's Health Central over there. Trans women's or men's milk as good as breast milk or female breast milk, says the NHS Trust. It says drug-induced chest feeding liquid. I know that's a terrible visual. I apologize, but that's what they say. Is comparable to that from mothers when it comes to baby nourishment, claims the NHS hospitals over there in Britain. An NHS Trust has said that breast milk produced by trans women or men who are assigned male at birth is as good for babies as those produced by mothers who have given birth. In a letter to campaigners, the University of Sussex Hospital NHS Trust said that the milk produced by trans women after taking combination of drugs is comparable to that produced following the birth of a baby. This is the world we're in now. You want to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah? Not only are we seeing this stuff just becoming more and more prevalent, insanity being normalized, but I think because of this, we're seeing God just, okay, you want it, I'm going to give it to you as part of your judgment. I think that's really what we're seeing as described from 2 Timothy. It says the Hospital Trust, which runs Royal Sussex County Hospital, Worthing Hospital, and Royal Alexandra Children's Hospital, among others, was also the first in Britain to use the term chest feeding. This was back in 2021. In place of breastfeeding, they basically told all midwives you need to use chest feeding for gender inclusivity in place of breastfeeding because it is considered by some to be more inclusive. The trust created what it's called Britain's first clinical and language guidelines supporting trans and non-binary birthing people in 2021. Things that just a couple of years ago you never thought you'd be saying, right? Within its guidance were assertions about the ability of trans women to produce milk for a baby. This is the world that we're in, normalizing insanity. This comes with men taking the hormone drug progestin in order to develop milk-producing glands. This is just becoming more and more normalized in the society that we're living now, just being given over to the just dark desires of men. And not only that, but this starts playing into the thing of you got without natural affection. You've got despisers of those who are good. You got lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. Disobedient to parents. I mean, this just fills so many of those descriptions that Paul has told us about. But that's not enough, at least for the world. Sticking with the same agenda, we've got Illinois' HB 4876, which is about redefining child abuse and deeming parents child abusers if they deny their child abortion or transgender surgery. This is the bill HB 4876. I know it's small. I'll read it for you. It says amends the Abused and Neglected Child Reporting Act. Provides that abused child means a child whose parent or immediate family member or any person responsible for the child's welfare or any individual residing in the same home as the child or a paramour of the child's parent denies the child access to necessary medical care, including but not limited to primary care services, abortion services, or gender-affirming services. We read on this, it says the legal ramifications of House Bill 4876 are vast. By expanding the list of mandated reporters for child neglect and abuse, the bill seeks to protect doctors. Not only are they going after the parents, but they want to protect the doctors who perform abortions or transgender surgery on minors from lawsuits, even in the cases where parental consent is not obtained. This aspect of legislation raises critical questions about the balance between safeguarding children's well-being and upholding the parental authority and medical decision making. Basically, they're saying, you know what, we want to take that right away from you, and we want to turn your child over to depravity, to our own selfish desires. And then not only do we want to protect the doctor from doing it, or that did it, but now we want to go after the parents if you oppose it. Again, we just pull this up. Lovers of their own selves, proud, disobedient to parents, unholy, without natural affection, false accusers, despisers of those who are good, traitors, high-minded. All of these things fit into this and what we are seeing. Now, it goes on to finish off saying, in the end, the HB 4876 represents a critical juncture in the ongoing conversation about the rights of minors. You're a minor. The only right you have is what your parents tell you to do. But then again, in society today, parents aren't exactly parents. Now, are they? The responsibility of parents and the role of the state in mediating complex healthcare decisions. As Illinois grapples with these questions, the nation watches, awaiting the result of a contentious battle over the future of gender-affirming care and abortion access for minors. The resolution of this issue will not only affect the lives of many individuals, but also set a precedent for how similar cases are approached in jurisdictions across the United States. This goes through. What they're saying is this could be a wave of seeing more and more falling in line. I would classify that as God giving them over to that judgment. That's how I would classify it. Oh my goodness. It's, again, we see the darkness, we see the evil, but at the same time, a lot of this is coming from the hearts of men.